Welcome back to 5 Sunday Morning. The number of Americans with hearing loss is increasing dramatically. Lori Board is our guest this morning. She works at the Center for Hearing in Fort Smith, and she's here with more on these very scary statistics. You're saying the number of Americans with hearing loss has doubled in the last 30 years. Why is that?
Well, we're not really sure if it actually has to do with people being more aware of hearing loss and more people are just identified, but there is a higher incidence just due to noises in the environment and people not protecting their hearing.
Yeah, we always hear those things as parents about, loud music and the earphones in all the time. The kids are always listening to something. Have you noticed any hearing loss in kids because of all those things that they're listening to?
Yes, absolutely. Recent statistics have shown us that about 13% of all American children have some form of noise-induced hearing loss, and that's a staggering statistic in our opinion.
Yeah, how early is it that the doctors can get in there and identify hearing loss? And what are some of the signs that parents and other family members can pay attention to so if we see something like that, we can get something identified quickly?
Well, first of all, we can actually identify babies. In fact, there are newborn hearing screening programs so that children are actually tested before they leave the hospital after birth. And then beyond that, we can continue to use similar types of testing. So children who are very young, even several months old, can be tested. In fact, with the newborn screening program that's in place, we want every baby who is born to be tested before they're 1 month old. And if we identify a hearing loss, we can actually fit children with hearing aids who are 3 months old or perhaps even younger. And as far as identifying signs of possible hearing loss, if they say huh or what, which we know that happens a lot of times with children, a lot of parents think that that's actually just a habit or that they're just not paying attention. And we know now that in fact it could be a hearing loss. Even if it's just a mild hearing loss, it can show up in children.
So we all know probably somebody in our family, maybe an elderly family member that has some hearing loss. What exactly causes it though? I don't think a lot of people know what it is. Yeah, you might be losing it and we can see the signs, but physically, what is happening there?
Well, there are different types of hearing loss. Sometimes it could be fluid in the ears, and that's really common in children. Sometimes it could actually be a congenital problem, and we do see that in adults where they actually we see it in children and adults, but usually in adults it's an age-related problem or a combination of age-related hearing loss and noise-induced hearing loss. So we see a lot of folks who have been around noises, they've worked in loud environments, they've exposed themselves to loud things like gunfire, lawnmowers even are loud enough to do damage, and those things in combination can cause a significant amount of hearing loss.
What can we do to protect ourselves? Every once in a while you'll go to a concert or something and see somebody with earplugs in, and it might cause you to chuckle a little bit at the time, like, check it out, that guy's got earplugs in, but in fact, it might be saving his hearing.
Absolutely, it's a very smart thing to do. The very simple earplugs, you can buy them at any sporting goods store. We have them in our office. We have some here on display. Even the very soft foam earplugs that can be rolled up and placed in the ears, they provide a very high level of protection. We have some custom ones. These actually are mine. I use them for shooting, and these actually provide a higher level. And then these devices here are for musicians, and so sometimes if you're just doing something loud like shooting guns, you just want a high level of protection. But other times, if you perhaps are a musician and you need to protect your ears, but yet you still want to hear the music clearly and enjoy the music itself, those devices have filters in them that provide clarity of the sound, but it's just softer. So it still protects your hearing, but still lets you enjoy your music.
Well, Lori, we appreciate you bringing those examples in
Great.
of what people could do, and it looks like earplugs have come a long way, baby. You got all kinds of
Yes.
different colors and all that stuff,
Yes.
not like your grandpa's earplugs.
Correct.
Well, listen, we'd like to thank you for coming on in this morning, Lori, and for all those folks out there that saw this story and think, you know, we might need to call them. The Center for Hearing is located at 4300 Rogers Avenue, Suite 15 in Fort Smith. If you'd like to call them on the phone, please do so, 785-3277, or you can check them out on the web at thecenterforhearing.net.